Bead tips are a great way to connect thread to a finding. They protect the thread as well as offer a professional finish. When using bead tips, you'll just cut a length of thread for your design, thread on a beading needle, and using a seed bead, that will help anchor your knot inside of the bead tip. So we'll thread on a seed bead, bring that to the end of our thread, leaving enough to be able to make a knot comfortably. Pass the needle back through the seed bead, tighten up the thread, and then using the tail that you left, we'll form an overhand knot. And we'll pass the needle through the inside of the bead tip so the seed bead rests inside, and then we'll add a drop of the GS Hypo Cement just for added security. And once that's cured, trim the tail thread, and then we'll connect this to the clasp. So we've trimmed the tail thread, and it's time to close the bead tip around the seed bead. So using chain nose pliers, gently work the bead tip closed, doing your best to not smash the bead tip. Our goal is to keep it round, so when it's connected, it actually looks like part of the design. Okay. And now we can connect the bead tip to our finding using the hook. Close the hook using chain nose pliers. And now you're ready to begin your design. Thread on your beads, and then we'll work on finishing it on the other side. So we've threaded on our beads, and we're ready to attach the other half to our clasp. And this time we'll do the bead tip so that it's facing in the other direction, passing from underneath. Add a seed bead. Pass the needle back through the seed bead. And before you tighten it down, sometimes it's helpful to insert a pair of tweezers into the knot so you can help scoot the knot down into the bead tip. Sometimes knots want to finish before you're really ready for them to be tightened. So pull on the thread, get the knot secure. And now double check that everything is lined up properly. And we can pass back through the seed bead again. Add a drop of Hypo Cement, allow that to cure, and then trim the thread once the glue is dried. So the glue has cured. We'll We'll trim the thread. Using chain nose pliers, we'll close the bead tip, again working carefully not to crush it, just close it. Connect it to the loop on the other side of the clasp in the same alignment. And what I want to check for is to make sure the loop is connected in the same direction. And then tighten that down to close. Repeat for all the strands in your design and use bead tips whenever working with thread for a nice professional finish.